So in the last video, we started adding the thumbnail that will be used to display the user image on the home page. So right now, what we want to do is to add the image tag inside of this anchor tags. Here, the link is going to the user.php. We've not created this file yet. And on the browser, the ID of the user, the first name and the last name will be displayed. So we add the image tag to it. We add a class called image responsive, which is a bootstrap class. Then the next thing is we add the link to the image folder. So we say /images /img, which is the name of the image, which is this. So /images /img. Then the next thing we need to add inside this thumbnail, we need to add like display the first name and the last name. We add another div, and the div we have a class of caption. It's a bootstrap class as well. Then inside this div we want to put a link, but we want the link to be centered. We want it to be centered. We want the same link that we have here. So I'll just copy, paste, then I'll close the link. But here inside of this, what we want is we display the first name and the last name inside h4 tags. So it's going to be first name, then space, last name. So this is what we have. Then we close the divs, they're all closed. So here we've added the first name and the last name below the image. This is going to display the image in the thumbnail. Then below it we'll have the first name and the last name. Now the next thing we need to do is we need to call this function. So we copy the name of the function, then we go down to the row and we add the function using the PHP tags, close, then we have this. So what this is going to do is every data inside the profile table will be displayed because we are selecting all the data from the profile table. So let's go to our browser to see it out. Then we refresh. Now we can see how it looks. We have the image, we have the first name and the last name. If you place your mouse on it, you can see that there's a link and it's taking us down here, showing the ID of the user, the first name and the last name. Right now we don't have the user.php file, so if we click on it, it's going to show objects not found error. What we're going to do is I'll pause this video, then add a couple of other profiles or data into the profile table, then we'll display it out. So welcome back. So in the database, I just copied this and added it about 3 other times, and I added the new data. So we can see that on this, once it gets to this part, it will move to the next line to add a new data. So these are the data or the user's profile that are inside the profile table in the database. So what we're going to do next is, if this, we click on this, right now if we click on it, it's going to show object not found. But if you check on the browser, you can see the ID of the user, the first name and the last name. We click on this, we see the ID of the user, the first name and the last name. So what we want to do is, if this user is clicked or this profile is clicked, then it will display the user's data, so we can view the user's data. We're going to do that in the next section.